Hey guys, what's up? Dale here. I got a DELL Inspiron 177779 is the model. It's a 2-in-1, 17-inch 2-in-1. Thing must weigh about 8 pounds. What were you thinking, Dell? These things are a beast. But it is a 2-in-1. It's got a bad hard drive. I'm going to put an SSD in it. Well, actually, I'm going to try to see if I can clone it because it is bad. It takes about 5, 6, 7 minutes for it to fully boot. I was able to get into Windows at least and do a quick diags on the hard drive, and it's got a bunch of bad sectors on it. It works, sorta, but it's just really slow. The customer brought this in. I sell these, but he had his own. He's just got a little 250 gig SATA 2.5-inch SSD. He said, can you put that in there, make it faster? And I said, sure. I did tell him, I believe these have an M.2 slot in it. I think it's NVMe, it could be SATA M.2, but I know they have the slot. I've been in these before. It's a 7th generation Core i7. Of course, you know, 2-in-1 touchscreen, all that fun stuff. It's about a 2016 model. Anyway, I'm just gonna open it up, get that drive out. I'm gonna see if I can clone it. I can't do it in the computer with a dongle or anything because it's just in too bad a shape. So I'm gonna remove the hard drive, take it to my cloning station over there and see if I can get it cloned onto a new SSD. And then probably do a Windows repair install so he can save all this stuff. All these screws are going to be the same size, so it doesn't matter where you put them. This thing is a really heavy laptop. All right, like I said, all the screws are the same length. You don't have to worry about that. Before you go inside your laptop, always make sure you're protected against static electricity. Little tip. I don't need to worry about it. On these, I've been in these before. I usually start back in the corner by a hinge, kind of the weak spot, so to speak, to peel the bottom off. I'm going to use my plastic spudger tool here. Try to get it started. His biggest thing was saving all the data, which I'm pretty sure won't be a problem. Oh, look at that. Oop. Should just jiggle right off of there. There's always a stubborn spot. All right, DELL. Yeah, 17-inch 2-in-1 though. I mean, jeepers. It's ridiculous. All right, there's the bottom. Pretty sure that's aluminum. Yes, there is an M.2 slot. It's right here. It's marked SSD, but whether it's NVMe, it could be either or. It's really hard to say. But anyway, he didn't want to go with an NVMe drive. I guess he didn't know about that. He just knew that those SSDs are really fast. So here's his hard drive. Got, I think, 3 screws to pop it out. Don't touch anything you don't have to when you're inside your laptop. I've got 3 screws here to get the caddy out, disconnect it. If you want to disconnect your battery, it's right here. Just slide the cable back towards the battery. I got to keep moving here, so I'm just going to be careful. Keep my tools and screws away from the main board over there. I want to get the drive out. Try to see if I can get a good clone onto the SSD brought in and go from there. So I'm going to lift it up, hopefully unplug it. Just like that. Remove it from the caddy. I'm using a number 0 Phillips screwdriver, by the way. Seems to cover all the bases on this one. Or I'm sorry, number 1. The number 1 Phillips. A 0 would probably work as well, but get a much better bite with a PH1. I always said this many times before in my videos, why they put mechanical hard drives in 2-in-1s. Convertible laptops, it's beyond me, other than they're cheaper to build and they can sell them cheaper. Figure you can do it yourself. So anyway, we've got the drive out of the caddy. I'm gonna go see if I can clone it. Be back in a few. All right, it actually cloned, guys. I'm back. It was touch and go there. A lot of, or not a lot, but there were bad sectors on, his original hard drive. So hopefully the clone went and we won't have to start from scratch and all this data is going to be there. So let's just put it back in the caddy. We got it the right way. Wasn't sure if that clone was going to go or not, but it took a lot longer than normal, like I said, because I was cloning a bad hard drive, but probably do a repair, Windows repair install with Windows 10, and we'll plus get the latest version, 21H2. So let's pop this bad boy back in there. Remember, I got my battery still connected over here, so I got to be careful, obviously. I'm always careful. Careful as I can be. And I'll put the bottom back on. I won't put all the screws back in and totally button up until I'm convinced that everything's going to be okay. Wish you would have let me put an NVMe drive in there, assuming it supports it. Being 7th gen, it should. But he'd already got this and was committed. He said, no, that's all right, just do that. All right, it's got 8 gigs of RAM. It's got an empty slot. There's 2 RAM slots here. So you could easily add more RAM to it if you wanted to. And you got your CMOS battery and Wi-Fi card, of course your battery, all that fun stuff. So let's carefully put this guy back together. Just another day at the office. All right, let's see what happens here. I think the battery's charged up. Yeah, well, you can see that it's posting. Should do the scanning of the drive there. It's normal. Just like that. We don't want to skip that. After an outside clone like that, this is totally normal. Just let Windows do its thing. It's doing all the little partitions on the drive. Yeah, 17-inch convertible. Yikes. So it's gonna boot, it looks like, yay. Oh, what the heck was this password? Well, let's go over here and type it in. Oops. There, we got it. So I'm gonna do some tuning up on it, get the latest updates, feature update mainly, just make sure everything works right, and got a good clone, averted a disaster, even off a bad hard drive. So check out more of my video, guys. I appreciate watching. Give me a sub and give me a like. Catch you next time.